on, bud. Come on.
He's struggling to keep his place. I'd imagine certainly at the top of the order they may switch things around, but that experiment hasn't worked.
Fees, bowls, and this is short, hooked away out to deep square 4-2.
Try to get a move on,
yeah,
Salt.
And Salt is back, so he moves to 4. Sussex are 6 without loss at the end of the power play. Middlesex hit the last ball of their open 0 for 6, didn't they, Paul Sterling?
Yes, they did. Phil Sawters started off very well around the Sussex, stalled in Sussex lost by 9. So he will need to stall. The problem that Sussex had against Essex on Thursday night was they lost 3 wickets in the power play. They were 24 for 3 with Salt, Ryder and Carey already back in the pavilion. And I think when you lose 3 batsmen of the quality of those, always slightly coming from behind. That being said, David Visa batted beautifully, very nearly pulled it around for Sussex, but in the end it was all too much, and Sussex lost by 9 runs. So they'll be desperate to have, as you said, Kevin, a good power play here on what looks a decent track. But it's going to be Tom Helm who's going to open the bowling for Middlesex from the pavilion end of the ground, coming into bowl to Luke Wright. Sussex without loss, and right at the start of that quietly into the Helm runs away from us. He's in and bowls, and Wright just plays that quietly into the onside and picks up a single. I don't think he'd be too disappointed to be batting second, Luke Wright. The toss, he wasn't too sure whether Sussex wanted to bat or bowl. In the end, the decision was taken away from him because it was Darren Nye who won the toss.
Luke Wright now stands at the non-strikers end.
Luke Wright now stands at the non-strikers.
Win, they qualify for the quarterfinals.
If they win, they qualify for the quarterfinals.
By virtue of the fact that Somerset and Middlesex both get 17 points, they've got to play each other.
17 points, but
in comes Helm over the wicket bowls and Salt with a play and a miss. Well, it's the sort of shot that Sussex supporters will be familiar with. It's the sort of shot that Phil familiar with. It's the sort of shot that short-arm jab plays over mid-wicket. If it sails over the fence at 6 runs, you say what a terrific shot.
6 runs, you say what a terrific shot.
Recent matches, he's been nicking those.
He's been nicking those or not time getting caught. It was a slightly wild swing and a miss. It is the power play. He has got licence, but Sussex don't want to lose early wickets again here today. As in comes Helm running in over the wicket. He's in and bowls and sort of hammers out. He has got licence. Beautifully played, standard delivery, just drilled that one straight down the ground. All the way along the carpet from
Phil Salt.
Good start for him.
He goes to 8.
6 to 11
without loss.
In the second over. And what that did show
it is a
really fast out for the once it beats the inner field. It's almost impossible to chase the ball down. So we've seen lots of 4s and 6s, lots of 1s, but very few 2s. Such as the speed of the outfield. As Helm in his pink shirt and black trousers on a glorious afternoon in West London. He's in and bowls. So hammers this one straight back down the ground over his head, and there's going to be 4 more. Couple of bounces, and the ball rolls over the road. Back from Phil Salt. They were much better shots. The shot that he played, and I thought he had a bit of a hoik out towards mid-wicket, but they were 2 proper cricket shots down the ground, right out the meat of the bat, and Phil Salt is on to 12, and Sussex 15 without loss in the second over. A change in the field. Steve Finn has now gone down to long on. The other outfielder is out at deep extra cover. He's got a bit of at deep mid-wicket. He's got a bit of shade out there and some trees that circle the ground. That's a good place to be fielding. As in comes Helm, running in over the wicket, bowls, and Salt plays this firmly down the ground as far as Finn, who comes running in off the long-on boundary and fields. 1 more to the total, 1 more to Salt. Sussex go to 16 without loss in the second over, 13 to Phil Salt. Live cricket here on the BBC, BBC Sussex and BBC London. We'll be doing all again next week in the final stages of the competition. Sussex with a trip to Cardiff on Monday and Gloucestershire at home on Friday. Middlesex with a game against Hampshire on Tuesday and finishing up down at Taunton.
The other outfielder is out there and some trees that circle the ground.
To the right-handed right is involved. Luke Wright hammers that one away through backward point. That's a lovely shot by Luke Wright. And that's a trademark shot from the skipper outside of the off-stump. He just carved that one away through backward point. Magnificent shot. He goes to 7. And a good start for Sussex after 2 overs. The Sharks are 20 without loss.
Monday
over.
Gloucestershire
on 13 runs.
Helm, one of the reliable bowlers for Middlesex over the years, over recent years, the youngster has become a big part of the one-day side. Tom Helm, and this year really stepped up in the championship as well. But over to Fees, just the 6th of his opening over, which is when he was going at just under 7s, as in comes Fees, and this is bumped back along the floor to mid on. There's no run. 20 for no wickets.
Helm runs the ball,
and again, I feel that play is crucial because of the Sussex chance. Reliable good to middle down lost in the third. So Fees bowls, a little bit of flight, looped into the block hole and dug out by Salt. 13-9 for him.
One day, someone this year stepped up.
Fine strike average is 44 at the moment.
The 7th,
40 for right.
Comes to Fees and
dangerous pair on top
back along the floor to mid on. There's no run. 20 for no wickets.
He goes. Fees and Salt crashes this one through the covers for 4.
He is crucial.
Just a little bit short from Fees, just kind of good for Salt. Chopped down to that one, timing beautiful. Nothing Eskenazi could do at cover.
Into the block hole, dug it by Salt. 13 from 9 for him. A 5 strike grade of 104 at the moment.
Shot from
40. Dangerous pair at top.
Points out in his last couple of innings, but he's got himself a start here and he'll give it away.
Fees again from the gassing way end. This is dragged down to long on for a single off the back foot by Salt. Moves to 18. 25 for no wicket. I think they'll recognise as well, won't they, that the Middlesex innings stalled, so off what was a very good start they had, Sussex will feel they need the same. Here comes Hafiz. Oh, and was that just a warning for Salts? Or did he lose his run up?
Yes, I don't know. Maybe it was.
It's a little polite reminder. So Hafiz comes in, bowls, down the track comes right and drives the single down to long on. Wright moves to 8, 26 for no wickets. Amazing career that Wright's had for Sussex, and as he heads towards the latter stages of that career, it's amazing they've come up with a like-minded opener in Salts.
Yes, absolutely. Highest scorer in domestic T20 cricket, Luke Wright, overtaking Joe Denley recently.
Hafiz to Salt, pushes a single to cover. Eskenazi fields. 27 for 1, end of Hafiz's second over, so none for 13 off 2 for him, so he's going along with that Majib strike rate. Comes in, bowls, down the track comes right, and tries to single down to long on. Wright moves to 8. In the stats, amazing career that Wright's had. Yeah, for Middlesex, the big fear I think is probably Tim Mercer, the day that Mercer says that's it, I'm done. And
Sussex.
Well, with Wright, I'm sure Sussex sort of had that fear of having to replace somebody like Wright. Well, career, but
I think Luke is hoping
second over, so
number 13
off 2 for him.
Solely on white ball. You'd imagine that next year
economy rate, which was
playing in the 100
for the most part.
There's too much question about someone will Luke's services.
In the stats,
T20, and he's
for Middlesex, the fear I think is probably Tim Mercer, the day that Mercer says that's it, I'm done.
And he was saying that he does things. He used to take a lot of advice from people in the field. He's not doing that this year. He's making decisions on his own.
So I've got somebody like Wright. Well, absolutely.
I think Luke is hoping the fact that he's not playing.
So it's Toby Rowland Jones running in down the hill, comes on and bowls to Phil Salt, who clips that one around the corner. That's going to be 4 runs.
You'd imagine that next year
down the leg side, he will help himself in the 100. Tom Helm up inside the circle. Fine leg. Another boundary to Salt. He's going along very nicely here for Sussex, and a good start for the Sharks.
He used to take a lot of advice from people in the field. He said he's not doing that this year. He's making decisions on his own. So I've got a gut feeling and I'm just doing it. He says good together advice, and sometimes you just got to go with what you think.
4 for over.
So it's Toby Rowland Jones running in down the hill, comes on and bowls to Phil Salt, clips that one around the corner, and that's going to be 4 runs. Down the leg side, and rather helped himself there, did Phil Salt, with Tom Helm up inside the circle at a fine leg. Another boundary to Salt, who's going along very nicely here for Sussex, and a good start for the Sharks.
He's had a way to come in from cover to field, but it was nicely judged. And one of the good things about having a regular opening partnership is that Phil Salt called and was straight away on his way.
31 without
trusting his partner implicitly.
13 deliveries.
6.9 Majib was going for by the end of his spell. Average of 34 for his 7 wickets. Hafiz 1 wicket at an average of 22. That's what he went for his 3 overs against Hampshire.
Played offside by Salt. They go through for a well-judged single. Hafiz had a little way to come in from
hammers that away. Well, Sussex are really going after it in this power play.
Good things about having a regular opening.
He was down the wicket after it, and then Luke Wright, which is quite something against the ball away on his way. Rowland Jones, and he absolutely hammered the ball through wideish mid-wicket.
6.9
4 runs. Luke Wright to 12, and the Sharks to 36 without loss.